Many.
Actual paintings by my kitty
Mm-hmm.
of his
Yeah.
own free will, not me trying to tease him over to the. Uh,
Yeah. I
Male.
wouldn't be as
oh,
concerned about this if it hadn't gone, if it was going down faster, A, and B, it feels like one of my lymph nodes is swollen, but I can't tell.
do you have any Benadryl?
Only allergy. That doesn't help. I tried it last night. I slept well, but it didn't help with the swelling.
Okay.
I've taken some ibuprofen, so it doesn't
Okay.
hurt.
There we go.
Like, there's no pain.
That's good.
So I figure if it was infected, it would be in pain, because that's what your body does when there's an infection.
Yeah, I'd still like talk to someone
Like
and
I said, yes, I
tomorrow.
I work with many dermatologists, and if it gets any worse or it doesn't improve, by Wednesday I'll go to the urgent care.
I would just say since you work with them, just be like, eh, and then based off what they say, then schedule. Or oh wait, you're off tomorrow?
Okay,
Okay,
so I'm going in later, so I could just swing by their office and be like, "Hey, are you busy?"
fair. Okay, totes legit. A big kitty tail in my face.
Doesn't help that I keep accidentally scratching it.
Put a glove on that hand.
Yeah.
Can we please let me in?
Somebody who has let her nails get way too long, so she accidentally cut herself multiple times with them. Just stop it.
Oh my god. This is. Alright. I'm done. I might just have to wing it without notes. That's the way this is going. But we're live.
Hooray! Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
So there is at least that.
We're a little late, but it's okay. We
Yeah, I've
we
got like my friends that are garden sharing with us are here, and because of my hand being all messed up from the mortar, I couldn't do the weeding. So they've been here weeding since like a little after 4, and now they're helping Rob put up a pergola I got today. So,
Pergola?
mm-hmm.
What's a pergola?
It's like a structure that has poles and then like bars over the
Oh,
top.
okay.
Oh my god, stop asking my password. Okay, what
Oops, maybe
episode is it?
just
196?
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, notes are up. Show is running. Show is recording. I'm gonna shut off my mail so it doesn't go bling 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 at us. Is there anything else that will bling 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 at us? Shut off my phone. I shared us to Facebook. Nightbot. Make sure Nightbot signed in. It is. I don't want to be in his 9 of 12. I have to log out so I can get our show back
Orpheus, I can't keep petting you. I'm sorry.
going. Okay, let's try again. You could have gone without me. You
Could
guys
have, but
have a
we didn't
lot
hear
more.
anything.
We didn't hear anything from
So
you.
it's like, maybe she's just running behind. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know how long my thing was gonna be. I was like, it starts at 4. It has to be done by like 6 or 7. I'm like, please don't be done at like 7:30 though.
Yeah, and I was all planning to go and everything, and I thought maybe I'll ask Linda to do it because I'm not. Formative isn't exactly an apt thing for my experience compared to yours, but. And then I was
Well,
out gardening, and
just
I ran to
mean,
get the pork, and I ran to do this and that, and then I was out there just helping with the pergola as much as I could. And Rob goes, what time is your show? I'm like, 15 minutes ago. Shit.
yeah,
On
Should
it.
like
I just
text
mean
me or
formative
something.
as in like your beginning Ghibli. That was just a
Mm-hmm.
easy word to write.
Yeah, first Ghibli.
Yeah, first Ghibli.
First Ghibli. Yeah. All
I
right,
changed
ready?
it.
Yep.
We got perspective, we got the cool, we got the muscle, and you know we effing rule. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright. We got the know-how, we got control, we got the knowledge, and we tell you how it rolls. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, tonight. Hell yeah.
Oh, and welcome to episode 196 of Geek Girls. The Geek Girls podcast is supported primarily by our patrons. You can find us at patreon.com/grills. I'm Linda, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Amber
Hello.
and Ray.
Hi.
Our topic today is one of our popcorn topics. We're going to be talking about our first Ghibli, like first movies that we saw. So that'll be fun. We'll get into that in just a moment. But what have you girls been up to? Whoever wants to go first.
I can go first.
Sure.
I'm not drinking water. No. No, so I had actually not been up to much. Actually had plans to go out over on Friday to meet up with some friends for some gaming, but got slapped down by a tummy bug. So that pretty much canceled Friday and Saturday for me. But Sunday, we brought back Sunday walkies, which is just basically an excuse for me and Linda to get out of the house and walk around for about an hour. And we went to a new park, which was pretty cool. Uh, and they had a skate ramp, which is the main reason I wanted to go to that park. But they also had a garden, which was pretty cool, and like actual shaded like hiking trails slash biking trails. So, and then the other thing I did was I literally just did the Van Gogh interactive experience, which was pretty nifty. Apparently, that's like going from city to city if you haven't already done it, if it hasn't passed through, and it's something you're interested in. They basically have replicas and reproductions of Van Gogh paintings. It's like a little museum, and you start off, and then it goes into the more interactive part, which is like this huge, like I don't know how tall the walls were, twice the size of my little walls, so maybe 20 feet? I don't know. But it's like everything is covered except the ceiling because they have to have the projections come down from somewhere. But the projections are like along all the walls, along the floor, so it's reflected off you as you're sitting on the floor on very comfy rugs. And it's like really nice and it's kind of relaxing. They have like, I don't know what the musical piece is. It reminds me of the one that they used to use for the like get her the gift of the diamond the De Beers commercials used to use, but it was like more than that. But that's like going in the background the whole time. There's like a voiceover from Vincent. It's not, we don't know what he sounded like. Probably not the British guy that was talking, but it was still very nice. And then after that, they move you into like the coloring room. You literally get to do little coloring pages. There we go.
Aww.
Of like
Nice.
black
Sweet.
and white
What you currently
coloring
have
pages.
in
They
your mouth is art.
so I did one and I took two to bring home. But it's really cute because like you see all these you expect the kids to be into it, but all the adults are also super into it and everybody's like and they have a projector, so you put it up on the projector so everybody can see what you did.
Oh,
Oh.
And then they
sweet.
have the VR experience where if you bought the VIP pass or you can pay like I think $5 extra, you get to put on the ocular headset. It takes you through a day in the life of Vincent, where you wake up in his bedroom and it's like a day in 1890, so it goes through and like stops. It's like, this is his bedroom. He did a portrait of his bedroom. Oh, and the portrait appears. Walk outside and like, this is the field that he did a portrait of. Oh, and it just continues like that for about 10 paintings. And of course, Starry Night is there because it has to be there. Uh,
Hmm.
but it was pretty cool, actually. I don't think the VR part was my favorite, but I definitely do recommend it if you get a chance. That was super fun.
Neat.
And I'm done.
Right on.
What about you, Ember?
Well, I did my first significant masonry.
Hmm.
Built a big old step by my French doors, and it looks pretty good. It's mostly cured. We can walk on it now. I still have more mortaring to do between the step and the house. There's like this big space, and I had to consult about whether I just want to throw mortar in there, and I do. But I bought gloves because though it seems like the best tool, because I wasn't mixing in a wheelbarrow, and I didn't want to mix it in a wheelbarrow because it would ruin my wheelbarrow. My wheelbarrow is metal, and it would just sanded it, and I didn't want to mix that much at a time and end it drying if I didn't finish. But so I had a 5-gallon bucket, and I was mixing a little at a time, and I got about like 3/4 done with the step, and went to mix some more, and I'm like, ow, my hand hurts, and I looked. And mortar is, it's got all this like calcium and stuff in it it repels water, and about a quarter of it is sand. So basically it's sanded off a bunch of my skin in
Ugh.
places, and a lot of it is right at my joints. So whenever I bend, it hurts. And yeah, I messed up my hand pretty bad. I sanded my skin off. But the step's okay.
Yay!
Yay! What else? I made some jewelry. Started that with oh, I just had my longest move streak, says my watch. Made some jewelry to get over to the coffee lodge where I have stuff, and I posted it on Facebook, and that's like a catch-22 situation because somebody bought it within 10 minutes of my posting it. Like, how much? I'm like, well, I'm gonna put it on the shelf. It'll be like, and she just cash apped me the money. I'm like, okay, so good, but now I have to make more stuff because my shelf is like very empty right now. So I'm working on designing some more necklaces, and I put some earrings together part way, but then I did my masonry, and I can't finish them because I can't use the pliers until my hand heals. So the jewelry is a bit of an adventure right now. And gardening. Something ate our watermelon plants, so we got more of those, and some cantaloupe, and some sweet potatoes, and got those all in. And then the reason we're late for the show is I have friends over right now that are kind of sharing the garden with us. They're doing some of the work and sharing some of the bounty, and they've been weeding for like 4 hours and helping us put up a pergola. And with the heat and the humidity, my brain just wasn't on. My husband's like, what time's your show? I'm like, shit, 15 minutes ago. And Tiger's like, oh, are you supposed to be podcasting? Like, yeah. So that's why we're late. All my fault. But I mean, the garden is nice and big, and the pergola makes me super happy. That was like an awesome find. I went to Aldi today, and the last time I wanted to get a pergola from there, they didn't ever actually get the shipment in. It was just in their ad.
Oh.
But this one, there were like 1 or 2 left. The boxes were on a pallet, and I was like, "Ooh!" And I sent Rob a picture. Brought it home straight away. He's been tucking away. He's playing gigs out now, and I thought he was just like he was depositing the checks and then taking the money, most of it back out. I'm like, well, I mean, he made it. I can't expect him to just put it all in the budget. I thought it was just mad money, but apparently he was planning on buying a pergola with it and some kind of little getaway for us. So hopefully that happens too, because he's got a few more gigs coming. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been up to, and watching and rewatching some Ghibli. Mm-hmm. What about you, Linda?
Well, for those of you who are live, you can see that I have a little something going on. I got, basically, I'm pretty sure it was a mosquito. I got bitten right under my eye by a mosquito, and I have pretty bad reactions to mosquitoes, and my face is swollen up. It's not impeding my vision, but it did happen Friday, so it's still kind of swollen, and I'm thinking if it doesn't get better soon, I'm just gonna toddle my way over to the doctors and be like, "Excuse me, help."
Yeah.
um,
Assistant.
I'm not in any pain or anything. It's just swollen.
Is it
So
hot?
it is warm. It is warm, and ice makes it feel better. So again, I don't think it's infected because it doesn't hurt. I can poke it very gently, and it doesn't hurt. I'm trying not to poke it too much because I think that's what made it swell up in the first place. Is I poked it too hard. Um, but I will be getting that taken care of soonish. I'm just hoping, hope springs eternal that it will fix itself. If not, I'll just go see a doctor. Anyway, but I have been making stuff. My goose commission is halfway done.
Looks like a
Looks a little wormy
Spermy.
right now. Yes,
Yeah,
spermy.
hold on. Hang on. I got you.
It's just this
So-
white noodle of yarn.
Yeah, it's a
that we
white
see-
noodle
Oh,
with
now it has
eyes.
a butt.
And now it has a butt. It's this tail. Or
The
maybe
tail
the
kind
tail
of looks
goes
like a baby
this
hat.
way or that way. I'm not sure which. I'm working on the wings right now, but yeah, the yonkening will be soon. I
It
gotta
will get
make
its
it.
revenge on us.
Yeah, gotta make it its beak and its feet.
Hi,
Been,
cat.
have been working on wing things. I've got I had to basically tape together a bunch of paper so I could draw out the pattern piece for my wing, for the foldable wings that I'm making. So I've gotten that drawn out. I just need to cut 4 of them. Yes, because each one is going to be 2 pieces of fabric. I remember. I know how to sew. And then we did family stuff so this Saturday I was not swollen up because I went over to my cousin's graduation. She had a small get together with family to congratulate her on graduating high school. Oh my god, I remember when she was I held her as a baby. Um and I was fine. Nobody noticed anything. There was the small bump from being bitten by the mosquito, and that was it. It's only now that it's all swollen, but had a nice time. Gave her, the little scarf that I made and some money because that's what you give people at graduations.
It is.
And yeah, other than the being bitten on the face thing, I had a pretty good weekend. So we can go ahead and move on to our topic. And this is just basically we're just gonna chat about the first Ghibli movie or movies that we saw. And what time in our lives, we saw them. Because I actually didn't see any Ghibli movies until it wasn't even a collaboration. I don't know what to call it, but they were able to work with Disney when Spirited Away came out. That was the first Ghibli movie that I actually actively saw, which is amazing because there were many that I wanted to see after which, because I was like, this is amazing, and then I looked up other things. I was like, there's more. So Spirited Away was definitely the first one that I saw. And then I believe I think it was Kiki's Delivery Service was next. And then I saw Princess Mononoke, and I was not prepared for that because Princess Mononoke is a very different tone than both Spirited Away and Kiki's Delivery Service. But that kind of was my introduction to Ghibli Studio was Spirited Away. So And I watched all the like extras on it as well. I was like watching him like listen to the song over and over again that they used for the final like the credits as he was like drawing. It's like yay.
Cool.
What about you guys?
I'm honestly trying to remember.
Well, for me, it was, um, I guess early as far as Ghibli releases because it would have been, well, no, not too early. Around 97, and I was a single mom, and my boy was like 2 or whatever, and I would go to the library, and because you could borrow movies for free at the library, you didn't even have to rent them, and I picked up My Neighbor Totoro, and he loved it, which so we watched it over and over and over as you do with littles,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I mean, so weird, obviously, but I still to this day love it. Actually, like I got this Totoro mug for Mother's Day for my husband, and that he liked it was interesting because he wasn't even into animation so much growing up. Like he loved claymation. He would watch Wallace and Gromit. He was really into Nightmare Before Christmas when it came out, like puppetry, claymation, and he was never super intrigued by animated things except the Ghibli stuff that I would get from the library. So and then it was just like weird enough that I was also engaged, but I didn't watch a lot more until, years later when I had, money to actually rent things and access them different ways. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my middle son likes several of them, but he's a snob about like he came out. I was watching some this week, and he was like, "Oh, really? You're like watching dub?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I am." And Liam freaking Neeson is a Neeson. Like
Yeah.
the dubs are amazing quality in these. Um,
They got a lot of really good like I believe
I,
Mark Hamill is the bad guy in Castle in the Sky, I think. I think he was the dub voice for that one.
in
And
Howls.
Hal was I can't remember, but it
I
was
don't
a
know.
do.
But the casts were like stunning to me. I didn't really even
Mhm.
notice that until I was watching more in the last few weeks. Like, holy crap, the all star casts in these.
You are correct. When Disney took over the dubbing, when they purchased all the rights in the late 90s, Mark Hamill was Colonel Muska in
Yeah,
Castle in the Sky.
Castle in
But
the Sky.
that was one of the things Disney did when they did get the rights is they've redid all the dubs because some of those movies were brought over earlier, but like it was by Streamline or Totoro was by Fox. Animation was released by Fox Video. So when Disney got the rights, they just redubbed everything.
Yep. I'm really surprised that they're not on Disney Plus, but
Oh,
I
Tim
guess it's
Curry
okay.
did one. I want to know what that is. And Michael
I think they're still on
Keaton.
Amazon, so there might be a or
Maybe. Well, they're on HBO Max, I
that's
think.
it. Okay, I
Yes.
was like, I know
Yeah.
they're on another streaming service, so there might have
So
been
that may be
something.
why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Max has like a whole Ghibli channel where you can watch all of them. Have either
Mm.
of you watched the newish one? There's one announced coming out. I don't remember the name of, but Earwig and the Witch is a fairly new one, and I liked it a
I
lot.
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard mixed things about it. Mostly the animation. People were like, "It's not. It doesn't feel like Ghibli." And well, it's like that's because Ghibli is trying to keep up with the times. I mean, they have their style, but they want to
Yeah.
also innovate. The last one that I saw was Mary and the Witch's Flower. Like new, new ones. But I'm gonna eventually. I meant to watch it this weekend, but I was dealing with stuff. Um,
I
and
Yeah.
haven't seen that one.
let's
Yep.
see, like
Uh,
Nausicaa, I love. Nazca in the Valley of the Wind, I think is the full title of it. Um, Secret World of um, Secret World of Ariadne,
Arietti.
Arietti, Secret World of Arietti, which is based off of the Borrower's book, which there I actually like saw The Borrowers as a mini series way back in the day before I knew what it was, and then I found out there was a book, and then much later there was the animated movie. So
I had
Borrowers has
only
gotten
seen
around.
Ponyo recently. I hadn't seen that one before. I just watched it this
Oh,
week.
it's so cute.
And it was like, oh, it's the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
Yep.
just like what, and I wasn't catching that until they were making the deal about, well, if he truly loves you, but I mean, the consequences are, I mean, they'll both, like, you'll turn into sea foam. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's where it hit me because I know the old, darker version of Little Mermaid where everybody's not so happily after. The whole diving in the sea, turning
Hmm.
to seafoam business was always the version I loved as a child, strangely enough. I started goth early. But when they
Yeah.
met that line in Ponyo made me go, duh.
Yeah, I
um.
think my first Ghibli movie it's either Grave of the Fireflies or My Neighbor Totoro, because it was when I was working at the video store. So it's 97 into 2000, and I rented it. I know I rented Grave of the Fireflies. I was very excited. I
So
did not know it's a Ghibli movie because it didn't. I was just like, ooh, World War II movie from like Japan perspective, and it's animated. Oh man, yes,
so
make me sad.
so you either started super dark or super popcorn.
Well, like I know we had My Neighbor Totoro. We would kind of fudge the rules because we weren't supposed to play anything that wasn't on the official playlist, which was Disney movies, some music videos that included Tori Amos's Earthquake album, which is not what I would say is family friendly at all, because she goes into great details about a very unfortunate situation that occurred to her. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Uh,
Mm.
that should not have been on that list. So we would fudge it with like Muppets or whatever else was in the G Kids section. And My
Yeah.
Neighbor Totoro was one. And I'm like, what in the heck is this thing with this giant cat? Facing movies. Back to work. So it was one of those two. Um, that started it. And I honestly didn't even occur to me that Grave of the Fireflies was a Ghibli movie until much later. And then uh, I did watch Kiki's. I think it was only yesterday. Is that
Yeah.
the other one? No, no, Whispers of the Heart, I
Whispers
think.
of the Heart, which is a weird. Whispers of the Heart is one of those. It's like, so I watched Whispers of the Heart because I had seen The Cat Returns, which is another older one. And The Cat Returns, like, they were like, somewhere somebody said, oh, the statue of the cat is in Whispers of the Heart. And so I was like, are they related? Are they, and not really, because Whispers of the Heart is, hello cat. Whispers of the Heart is very much a like slice of life kind of thing. She has one kind of fantasy sequence in the middle there when she's losing her mind. But
That's fine. No.
but it's fine.
Yeah,
So
and
it's just
then
I wasn't I ended Whispers of Heart going, this is the one Ghibli movie I was kind of bored with.
I
Also,
yeah,
they use country roads excessively.
they really do. That's honestly the big thing I remember from that movie is Country Road. And I'm like, what? This is
It
not where I
started,
expected to hear that song, but
yeah, no,
okay.
it starts playing in the first minute of the movie. It starts playing, and I'm like, am I in the dubbed version? I wanted to watch the sub version. Why am I hearing English?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I watched Princess Mononoke, I went to that as soon as you guys were talking about it being so different and a little more serious and dark. And my husband and I actually watched it together, which was sweet. And that's when I just wanted to mention that's when I caught on to like how many celebrity voices were in the dubs because I recognized Billy Bob Thornton's voice. I mean, immediately. And so it was like, wait, who's that? Oh, wait, who's that? I knew that voice too and had to go look and like everybody is in that. Like Jada Pinkett Smith is in that, and Gillian Anderson is in that, and like this is so cool. Minnie Driver, I love her. It's
You know,
like I
that
feel
was
like they were able to cast those easily because like Ghibli had been around long enough, and it's quirky stuff that artists and actors would be into, and they probably jumped at the chance to do those voices.
yeah, that was one of me and Scott's date movies. Apparently, it came out in the theaters with the English dub, April 29th, 2000. And we saw that together. That was, I think it was like our second or third like big date movie
Aw.
together. Because I remember, because for a while that was my thing. We're both movie buffs who met at the movie store. So, but I would rebuy our date movies on DVD for holidays, so we could rewatch it together. But he bought the special tickets. We went to the special art house theater in the city, and it was just
That's
it's one of
great.
my favorites, like hands down.
I
I
don't
don't
know if I
know.
have a
It's really
favorite yet.
tied with
I feel like I have to watch them all before I'm allowed to say what my favorite is.
Before you
Although I
can say what
will
your
say
favorite
I
is,
was in
yeah.
the garden doing the little Totoro dance today trying to get things to grow. So that one might just stick.
it's really hard. Like it's right there for me with Spirited Away, which to me is just never-ending story
I
Japan.
love
And
Howls so much though.
Yeah,
Howls.
it's a tie for me between like Spirited Away will always kind of hold a special place because it was the first Ghibli movie I ever saw. And it was the first one where I saw just how beautiful and expansive their like world building is. But I really adore just the like cottage core of Kiki's delivery service. Like it's like I want to live in that world. I want to live in Kiki's delivery service where every once in a while you just run across a girl riding a broomstick. It's just like, oh hello, you're a witch. Okay.
Yeah, I think Totoro has that nostalgia for me because it was my first one and I've got that like bonding with my little boy over it. So it's always going to have that special place in my heart, but there's so many other little adventures going on with all of them. There's like are any bad? I haven't seen one that was just bad yet.
I
Um
am
Yeah,
easily bored by some of them. Like
Whis-
Kiki bored me for a bit, and
Whispers of the Heart was a little boring for me, but that's because I'm used to the fantastical elements of their stories. And this was literally, I think it was one of the first ones like that was like put out. I don't remember which one was actually first. There's probably a list somewhere. I'm so
do
good
you
at
want
this.
Japanese release or
Yeah,
American
yeah, I'd like
release?
I want
Because
Japanese
Castle in the Sky
release.
was the first.
Because so like Castle in the Sky, super like expansive world building. They show without saying, and there's like fantastical elements. But then Whispers of the Heart was just very slice of life and dealing with a high school drama. And I was just like, okay. I mean, it's cute. The
uh,
character designs were okay.
yeah,
So
there's
I
I can't
just
remember what one Rob and I were watching and we were just kind of like, "Oh, that was cute."
I would
Like
yeah, I
one of
wouldn't
them we were
say
watching was way more oriented toward children, I think, than it wasn't as expansive feeling as the other ones I've been watching.
yeah.
I
Like I
yeah,
did
wouldn't say it
post,
was bad. I was just
yeah,
and they do
mm.
have like there are Ghibli movies, and there are also just like directed by Hayao Miyazaki. So like
Hmm.
Nausicaa is technically not a Ghibli movie, but it
Technically.
was directed
Hmm.
by Miyazaki. Same with the Castle of Castigliago, which is a Lupin the Third movie, which is very funny, by the way. Um, so it's like I was going back and forth between the two lists.
Oh, was Porco Rosso actually a Ghibli movie or was that a Miyazaki movie?
It is a Ghibli movie, and I still
Okay.
need to see that one because for a
Me
while,
too.
every AMV from the 90s to the early 2000s, if it was a compilation AMV, you had a scene of Pocarosa in there.
And we're all like, what the hell is happening? Why
What
is
is with
there a
that
pig
pig
flying
man?
an airplane?
I
Why?
I posted in the chat, but also in our notes, and because I think you girls would really enjoy this too, the a link for a fan wiki, the GhibliFandom.com, and it's the list of all the English voice actors. But check out what your mouse cursor does. It becomes a little soot fairy.
oh, cute.
I was like trying to like move around on the page. I'm like, what is this? Oh no, it's gonna launch something, and then I recognized what it was. I was like, ah! Everyone has to have this. Can I have that permanently?
Well, you know what another one is that I haven't watched is Tales from Earthsea, but I've been told it's a little depressing.
I was,
Well, it's
and I was
based.
wondering, we talked about this during the production meeting. Is that based in that world, like the Earthsea books?
Yes.
Wizard of Earthsea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is based off the books. I am not familiar with the books. I haven't watched it either. Uh,
I read Wizard of Earthsea like forever ago. I think I only read one of them.
Oh, also, if you want a slightly, well, it's beautifully stylized but slightly depressive, to The Tale of Princess Kaguya. I can recommend if you are willing for that ride. If you want to take that ride and you know where The Tale of Princess Kaguya goes,
sure.
they
I do
take it to
not.
its conclusion.
But I see it as a historical fantasy film, so that's
Yeah,
neat.
it's based on one of the actual like Japanese myths of
Maybe.
The
Princess
Tale of the
Kaguya.
Bamboo Cutter, apparently, is what it's
Yes.
based on. I'm gonna watch all of these. I'm like now I'm stuck in the binge, and there are ones I have not seen, so
And
I will have to
Rises, I
watch
haven't seen
them.
yet.
Yeah, I have not seen Porco, which is the one with the raccoon giant balls.
Yes.
Uh,
What?
that is a thing. That's all I remember from it, like initially.
Well, it's based off of a tanuki, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, the
And they're
torture.
magical creatures that they have
The raccoons with.
they have scrotum sacs that are magical.
It just in my head, it reminds me of that episode of South Park where they have the
But
hippity.
yes, but literally
Not, yes.
that's the myth. The if you look up tanuki, I think is what they're called in Japanese folklore.
Which makes you wonder
That's
about
canon.
Mario's Tanuki form. No, because
That's
he has the little
canon.
raccoon form, and they just decided not to go that route with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last one I watched.
I guess, I'm looking at the list of works, and I guess Mary and the Witch's Flower was not
Must not have been Ghibli. It's not in the
Ghibli.
list.
It must have been Miyazaki, or something very similar. I remember them saying it was Ghibli though, and it's on the big
Yeah,
HBO list. I don't know.
I think it gets mushed because Miyazaki was such a pivotal part of Studio Ghibli. He's not the only one, but he did direct a large number of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
think
have.
that's where the overlap is. I think
don't know.
no, not Nausicaa. We saw Nausicaa in the theater
Yes.
after that because they did a Studio Ghibli movie.
We saw Nausicaa. I saw Mary and the Witch's Flower in theaters, and I also saw Castle in the Sky in theaters. When they were doing the big thing, and I was just like, yes, please, on the big screen with the big flying things.
Spirited
please.
Away in theaters is very good. That's when I saw it was with my dad. We went to the art. We were working together actually still at the warehouse up in North Georgia, and we then like immediately after work went all the way down into the city to watch it together. It's just a nice, sweet little bonding
find
thing.
This Mary and the Witch's Flower thing. It's directed by Hiromasa Yonebayashi by Studio Ponok. So it's not a Ghibli, nor is it.
That's weird because they
Miyazaki.
had it in there. Maybe it's because it has a very similar style.
Maybe. But it's not in the. It is such a similar style. I mean, I'm looking at the cover art.
It looks like like it looks like Ponyo and Arrietty had a baby, and that's what the
Yeah.
main character looks like.
I wonder, but you said is it on HBO
I mean,
Max?
I may be misremembering, but like I could have sworn it was in there. But again,
I'll have to look
Which
for
I
it.
haven't actually looked at it in a little bit.
Earwig?
No, Mary and the Witch's Flower.
Mary and the Witch's Flower? I can look that up.
Oh, but
Yeah, I'm looking at
Miyazaki's
it.
working on something else now.
Yep, because he can't stay retired.
Because you can't stay retired.
Yep.
How do you live? How do you live? It is what it's called. Is this
Yep, let's
is
see.
this a nice story? Is this a
Studio Porco. Yeah, no, Mary and the Witch's Flower was Studio Ponco's first feature film.
Interesting.
Let's see
Well,
what we have about
I liked it,
production.
even if it's not
You liked
Ghibli.
it.
I did like
Ghibli-esque.
it.
It's Ghibli-esque.
Go on a
Ghibli-esque.
little. Okay. Former company Studio Ponco was founded by former Studio Ghibli lead film producer Yoshiaki Nishimura in
Okay,
April of
so
2015. So that's why it has that very similar.
that makes sense. I do the one thing that is kind of a go through for most of their films is the music that they use. And I think I think the YouTuber Sideways did an episode on this, and this is where I'm remembering it from. But like the reason why the music in all of the Ghibli films sounds so unique, at least to us, is that they were doing a very specific Japanese style that to a Japanese listener sounds very like homey. Like it's very familiar and comforting to them. So that very interesting kind of like musical style that seems to be in most of the Ghibli movies is uh, really neat to me. So I'll see if I can maybe find that YouTube video that explains it and get it linked in the notes somehow.
Yeah, I would love to have that in our notes. I have included
Mm-hmm.
the list from Wiki of Studio Ghibli stuff, that fandom one with the English dub actors, and another one of works by Hayao Miyazaki, and I guess I'll include the one about the other movie, The Witch's Flower, Mary and the Witch's Flower, the non-Ghibli-esque one.
The non-Ghibli-esque.
Yes.
And if any of you find sources for where these can be watched besides, if they're not all on HBO Max, like if Witch's Flower isn't, maybe we can find a source for folks to check that one out too. It seems like you highly recommend it.
I do. I will go look for that later. So I'm not wasting time. So so if any of y'all want to chime in and tell us your favorite or first Ghibli movie, are they the same? Are they different? Did you like the Mary and the Witch's Flower? You know, tell us all that. You can email us at geekgirls@gmail.com, and you can also tweet us at geekgirls. So, what are y'all most anticipating coming up? Ray, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm just anticipating like reorganizing. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to come out of the 2020 COVID anxiety depression fog, and I'm like, okay, it's time to clean. Time to get everything organized. People can come over again. People don't need to see my shame. I need to hide it properly so that I can have them over and we can have like meals together like we used to. So
Yes.
that's pretty much my big thing right now.
I'm looking forward to my hand healing because it
Yay!
hurts. So that I can just, finish my jewelry and all that kind of thing. And I'm really looking forward to eating this pulled pork my friend Sean smoked for me. This giant, over 11-pound butt, I think. And like probably 15. I went and picked it up from him a little while ago, along with some kielbasa. He's like, I'm smoking, bring me meat. And I did. So I dropped off some slaw I made, and he gave me all this pulled pork, and I'm really, really looking forward to that deliciousness right now. And is that, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and I think we're going to raid. I just want to let you know now, Samuel Tucker Young, his second album just came out like today. So I'm also really looking forward to hearing that in its entirety.
Oh,
Well,
Oh, and I bought into Chris Metzen's D&D World Kickstarter.
Ray,
So I am psyched about getting that stuff.
you're ready. I am looking forward to getting my car fixed. I don't like it when the check engine light comes on for no reason. Literally, I pulled out of the driveway, everything was fine. I look down 15 minutes later as I'm driving, and it's come on. I'm like, nothing changed. Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing in my steering changed. There were no noises. I don't know what your problem is.
How many miles have you got?
yes,
Many.
Because my husband has a code it's throwing, and it's just because it's hit the number of miles that they recommend you replace your unibelt at, and it'll throw a code for that, which is kind of dumb.
I'll see what code it's throwing. It could be anything from your gas cap is loose to your transmission's about to fall out.
Yep.
It really isn't helpful. It's not helpful at all. Yeah.
I have a whole rant about that.
I do.
Some of the newer cars, like my husband's, is neat. Mine doesn't, but I have to go to the parts store and have them plug in their gadget. But his shows the code on his dashboard. Because that's great, because you can look that up.
Yeah, but my car is from 2008. She's an old girl, and she's still chugging along. So I want to take care of her, take her to the the car shop, make sure she's okay. So I'm hoping to finish my commission, the hyonkening. Hoping to get that done this week because I don't want to spend the money that I got from the commission on the thing I want to buy until I'm done with the commission. And that is the fancy fabric from Spoonflower that is printed with whale shark patterns. So I can make my whale shark dress for going to the aquarium.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be this year because I don't know if Dragon Con's going to be canceled again.
Everything says yes. They've already started selling tickets to the aquarium. I have no interest in going this year. Too soon. Too much too soon.
But
personally,
it may be this year, it might be next year. But one of these upcoming years, I shall have a whale shark dress. I have the pattern. I've made the mock-up. All I need is the fabric. So that's what I want to use my commission money for because it is $18 a yard. And I need 4 yards of it. So that's fun.
Yay.
have lots of cool patterns, but they are not cheap.
Nope, they are print to order. So they are you pay for the print to order. And that's fine. Trust me, I've looked other places, and that seems to be the best place to get that type of specialty. We'll call it specialty fabric.
Yeah, I got an email from Joanne about 2 weeks ago, and you can upload an image and they'll make your fabric now.
I'm not sure if I trust that.
I'm curious. I'm gonna try it.
So, hey, if you try it before I buy it, but if you try it before I buy the other thing, let me know how that goes.
I might try it with a small, and then I'll be able to let you know. And I also want to talk to you about maybe commissioning a dress for Jen's wedding. Because I'm not garment level sewist like you. So remember, folks, you can always come watch us record live at twitch.tv/geekgrills on most Monday evenings. Our next one will be on May 31st at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
In addition to the subs and bits that we get on Twitch, we are supported by our amazing patrons. You are the greatest girlfriends on the internet. You can become a patron too at www.patreon.com/grills. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch.
And another way to show your support is by leaving us your review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. Leaving a review is free, and they help our ranking, which helps other people find our podcast. Also, you can join our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter if you'd like to help spread the word. So, sorry, my husband is yelling. So, where can we find you on the interwebs?
I can be reached at 9 of 12 on Twitter and Twitch, and you can hear me on the Heresy and Hearsay podcast.
You can find me on Instagram under Dapple Dame and on Twitch as Ray Ino.
You can find the Jen, everything that is the Jen, and all of her and everything there at thejensays.com because she still owns it. And you can find me on Twitch and Instagram under the name madcap_misc. That's MISC. You can check out my store at madcapm.com. I should be uploading new things hopefully soonish. Maybe a backpack in the shape of a child? I don't know. I gotta figure out how that pattern works. So, thanks for listening, everyone. Good game.
GG!
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
I am so sorry if there was husband yelling in the background. I was trying to mute myself every time.
On my end, it's funny because I don't think it picks up Scott's yelling, but I can hear it. So it's like, I'll hear Matt on yours, but then I'll hear Scott in the background. I'm like, I'm just missing Ryan. I'll know exactly what they're doing.
We're done now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. I didn't know if you were done or not.
We are about to raid someone else. Say hello to the ladies.
Everyone on Twitch sees you.
Everyone on Twitch sees you.
Oh no!
What is up? You're talking about movies.
I thought you said
'cause
we
saw
were
movies
done.
Done. You stepped over my beanie baby.
Condensed into a
You guys
2-hour
down the
story.
bottom, next to the unicorn. Yeah. No, we're about to raid someone.
We did.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what I want out of a horror movie.
I think when you
It's
were
that
dancing, we
feeling.
just raided, so you weren't
Like,
on screen.
Okay.
Fix him.
Look at my mouse
I
sucks.
thought you said we were done, so I was like, oh, I'll come in here and I'll...
Oh my god.
Nice
Oh,
people
cute.
laugh.
I can't remember what I
Hello.
was gonna say.
Probably it's not like a perfect movie, but like that movie is awesome.
I was gonna look at Showbot.
Yeah, we just finished up.
Okay.
Launch.
I'm gonna probably have him look better.
All we
I
have
don't know
is
if we
stuff
have
I
any
put
more.
in. We have Spermy the Goose
No, but...
and the Myth of the Magical Scrotum. So.
Oh no! Sorry. What do you think? We have two show titles. It's Spermy the Goose and the Myth of the Magical Scrotum.
I like Myth of the Magical Scrotum.
I
Uh-huh.
can do that.
Wow, I need to listen to this episode.
Prepare for. I honestly still have stuff I need to do from the last two. I just. I haven't.
Oh my
drawn
god,
anything.
yeah. Ray drawing that.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. You don't have to do that. Like,
I mean, it. I was just gonna do the Tanukis,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Uh,
but they might be on the hippity hop boot.
Unnamed
hippity hop.
goose.
the
Unnamed
thing is
goose
that
scrotum.
it's that we're not even. That's part of the myth. I'm not even making that up.
I mean, they have a
really
whole
do.
festival about dicks.
They do.
I know. Actually, it
I
came
know.
up recently because somehow Tanuki came up in a conversation, and my husband knows that and explained that. To me. And he's, no, that's not the word I want to use. I'm like, why not? And he explained it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go because I think I might have missed my guess. I heard sound in my house recently.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If you did the VIP thing, they gave you a free poster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So
man.
between my mom's collection and like the only other thing was the smoking skeleton or Starry Night, I'm like, skeleton's more the aesthetic around here.
Nice. Van Gogh's my favorite.
It's I think it's coming to North Carolina.
It is, but I don't want to drop the $50. But maybe I will.
That's fair.
I was gonna say you don't need to do the VIP, because that just gets you the the VR thing, which is okay, but not like, oh my God, you have to do it. It's okay. And like I said, you get a free poster. You can still get like the basic experience. It's probably still 40 or 30. I don't know.
I looked up, it said 50.
Oh, okay.
But
Ew.
I might. I'm theoretically getting some money soon.
He's my mom's favorite,
I'll
which
believe
is
it when
also
it
why I
gets
took
here.
so many photos, because I was like,
Oh,
so I can give to her and be like, look.
Like,
Yay.
I'm trying to keep my. I'm trying to camera myself. I'm trying to take pictures of myself so I can see if it's getting better.
Oh.
well, problem is different light shows it in different ways.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No, like it didn't look
This
as
looks
like it
super
looks now
puffy.
yesterday.
What?
Yesterday you looked better.
Well, thanks.
That's why I'm concerned.
What'd she say?
Oh, she said yesterday I looked better. That's why she's concerned.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned by it because you've
Yeah.
got some redness in there now too.
Well, I'm gonna like Ray just reminded me that I work with a bunch of doctors who are dermatologists, so I'm going to go ask what their
Okay.
opinion is.
That's fair.
Yeah, definitely some swelling going on.
We nag because we love.
I know.
Yes, no worries. All right. Night, girls.
All right.
Good
Night.
night.
Ow! I missed everybody. They had to go. Oh, I didn't see Pergola. Oh, okay.
Forgetting that you don't check your phone while you're
No, I should.
recording so that you could say something about how excited you are to obtain hops and jasmine to hang off of it.
Cool. No, it's not very many cross pieces.
No, only like 5. That's plenty.
Well, yeah, so it's not going to give any shade.
It's only gonna give plenty once it's got shit all over it. I mean, we could put the thingy up, but I didn't want to fuck with that tonight. I was done.
still hurts. Well, the second time.
showbot says that you're on air. I think. Maybe.
Where?
That?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing.